Hi everyone, and welcome back to a new video. And today's video, I'm hoping for it to be shorter than I normally make them. I just want to share with you a personal experience that happened to me a few days ago. And I have experienced prophetic dreams. I've had a few of them, and I've even detailed one of them in one of my prior videos, which was a rapture dream, which I had never experienced before. And so what happened to me this time happened to me while I was awake. So it really stunned me that I had something prophetic happen while I was awake. It wasn't even a vision. I wasn't in a state of being in a trance or anything. I was just totally awake, totally alert, even though I was a little sleepy at the time this happened. So on this particular day, it was a cold day. It was sleeting and freezing rain outside. My two children were upstairs in their rooms, and the house was quiet. And I was sitting in a love seat, and I was under a blanket, and I was so comfortable. And I think you can all relate to being um, relaxing in a chair or even in your bed up under your covers, and maybe you're reading and you just get really relaxed. So I was really enjoying the peace, the quiet, and just the chance to relax and totally not do anything. So I was under my blanket, and I said I had spent some time reading. I had read some in my Bible, and I had read another book that I had. And so I decided that I was going to watch a few YouTube videos, just either what was on my subscription list that I needed to catch up on, or just what was in my feed. So I watched a couple of those. They were fairly short. And then in the feed below, I saw another video, and I said, oh, that looks interesting. I think I'll check it out. And I was watching this video, which was a rather lengthy. It was just under 2 hours, which typically I would not watch a video that long. I just don't think I could sit there for 2 hours. But I said, what the heck? Why not? I'm not doing anything. I'm relaxing. Right now is about me and just relaxing. So I said, okay, I'll check this video out. So I found it very interesting. And amazingly, I did watch it almost to the end. And in fact, I was probably in the last, I would say, 10 minutes or so. I was close to the end, and I started getting sleepy, which was not unusual given that I was snuggled under a blanket and it was like sleeting outside. And other than that, it was absolutely, utterly quiet. And I said, well, I paused the video and I said, well, I will come back to it later. I really feel like I want to take a nap right now because, my eyes were getting so heavy and they were starting to close. And I said, I'll take a quick nap and I'll come back and maybe I'll finish that one. Or there was another video in the feed below, that one that looked interesting. So I said, well, I'll just take a little brief time out, a quick cat nap, and I'll come back to it. So I blackened, my phone was on charge, so I blackened the screen because sometimes my phone will not blacken when it's on charge, or the screen. I put the screen to sleep because sometimes it won't do that and it'll take forever for it to charge. So I blackened the screen, put my phone down, and I heard the Lord say, don't go to sleep. I was like, wow, wow. The one time I really want to go to sleep and take a nap, and the Lord's telling me not to take a nap. So I actually sat there for a few seconds, just like, okay, well, maybe later I'll get a nap. So I picked my phone up. And now on my phone, I have a screensaver, and I have one for my home screen, and I also have one for my lock screen. So sometimes the phone will light up, but it won't be open until I use my finger to open it. But it'll light up and it'll be on my lock screen. And it'll show the screensaver that I have selected, or I guess you would call it the wallpaper that I have selected, which is like a mountain scene well, it's actually like a ski lodge, I think. It's what it looks like, a ski lodge on a mountaintop, and it's snow covered, and because we're in winter, so I just picked that scene because I thought it was kind of pretty. So when I picked up my phone, what happened just absolutely stunned me. And before my brain could really catch up to what was going on, I was just stunned, an utter stunned. So I picked up my phone and it lit up as it typically does when I pick it up and movement makes it come on. And it was on the lock screen. And instead of my mountain scene, the snow covered mountain scene, there was a scene that just totally blew me away. And it was an image of a tsunami hitting a city. And it looked like a large city because they were skyscrapers. And the tsunami was almost engulfing and covering these skyscrapers. And like I said, by the time my brain caught up with what my eyes were seeing, I was just totally stunned. I've never had anything like that happen to me before on my phone. Whatever I select there is for my wallpaper is what I see. So I knew this was from the Lord, and I was just in utter shock that this is what I was seeing on my phone, and it only lasted. I only saw the image for maybe a second or two, and my phone started going dark, and I was like, no, no, I want to look at this. I want to look at this image, and it went dark, and I was doing everything I could think of to get the lock screen to come back up, and it did, but it was showing my mountain scene every time. I did this several times in an effort to get it to come back up to the scene that I had just saw. I could never get it to do it again, but I knew what I saw. I saw enough of it. I saw the tall skyscrapers, and I saw the water, the tsunami just engulfing these skyscrapers. And as I was sitting there, still just in utter amazement and shock at what I had just seen on my phone, I heard the Lord say to me that New York would be destroyed. And that I knew it was a large city because it was, as I said, skyscrapers. But when he said that, it just, wow, it just stunned me again. So I asked the Lord, I said, will I be here? And he said, no. I said, where will I be? And he said, in heaven with me. And when I heard those words, I was just, wow. I was just totally stunned by this whole thing that he allowed me to see. And I was like, just still stunned, still shocked. And I happened to notice, and I don't even know what made me notice it, but I happened to notice the time on my phone. And it was 4:24. And I felt like the Lord was leading me to check this number, research this number in concordance. So I actually just Googled the number, and as one of the options that popped up, it was one of the results that showed up was the number 424 in Strong's Concordance. So I pulled it up, and it had two different ones, and one was Greek and one was Hebrew. And it showed both of them on in the results, and I was absolutely utterly stunned when I saw what it meant in the Greek. So in the Greek, 424 in the concordance means come up, to ascend. And I just felt like I just had chills and goosebumps all over me when I read that. So to me, it was a confirmation as to what the Lord had just told me, that I wouldn't be here to see this tsunami with my own eyes. I would be with him in heaven. So to me, he was showing me that this was going to happen after the rapture of the church. And I know there's a lot of people that like to debate whether there is even a rapture or the timing, and I'm not going to do that today. I just know what the Lord showed me. And I know, and the Bible speaks very clearly on this about what's coming during the Great Tribulation. And tsunamis are a part of it. But tsunamis aren't the only thing that's going to happen. As God's wrath and Satan's wrath is poured out on this earth after the church is removed. And beloved, I don't want you to be here. I don't want you to be here to experience what I saw on my phone and the Lord telling me that New York is going to be destroyed. It's not going to just be New York. It's going to be the whole earth that's going to suffer these things. Earthquakes, tsunamis, asteroids, volcanoes erupting, famines, diseases, pestilence. It's going to be a time like never before in human history. And you know what? You don't have to be here. You can escape it. You have an out. I'm going to read for you. And I really felt like the Lord was giving me this scripture. This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 20. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come in to him and will sup with him and he with me. The time is growing short. Jesus is at the door. He's knocking. Will you open the door to him? Will you allow him to come in and be your Savior and the Lord of your life? Will you give your life and your heart to him and be saved? Now is the time. Right now is the time to do that. Don't keep putting it off. Don't keep making excuses. Don't keep allowing the cares of this world to come between you and Jesus. This world in its present form is about ready to pass away. So now is the time. He's at the door, beloved, waiting for you to put your hand on the knob and turn it and open to him and accept him. Now is the acceptable day of salvation. So I just wanted to give you guys that message today and what happened to me. And like I said, I've never had anything like that happen to me before while I was awake, and I found it amazing, shocking, and stunning. And I just wanted to tell you about it and also invite you, based on the verse that I just read to you, to open the door to Jesus and invite him into your life. So thank you very much for listening. And until the next time and the next video, I pray that God will bless you and keep you.